Our next duo is going to be Wickesy and Alice from Asia. They were able to win 3 straight matches in the Elite Cup, so I wanted to take a look, see exactly what these guys were doing, because in any region, winning 3 straight games, I mean, is absurd. The consistency, the ability to not go down, and if we just look off spawn, multiple different teams here, so it's not like they're just being gifted a free spawn. We do see Alex is going to take down a player real quickly. That dude only had a pistol, so GG's. That was a go next game for that guy. Fighting somebody with an SMG and full HP versus you and a pistol. It's a GG's. Alright, so they're not necessarily going straight off the bat to look for this fight. We see Wixie's trying to grab what he can here. Only has that AR, so they're not in the best position to fight. This is a bold move, to be honest, for a player all by himself. See the fight coming in. So Alice is already on the heads of these guys. And so he sat there and waited to see if they're going to make a play on him. They didn't make that play. His teammate's able to put the pressure on from the side. He's going to grab the top here. Big damage comes in. They only get a little tag off the bat. Wixie's now closing the space here. And these two are fighting 2 players on opposite sides, so fighting from 2 angles. The only thing really doing them any good is that shield keg, because it's allowing them to take these little picks, you know, the AR tags. But Alice is continuing to follow this up. Wickesy from the backside forces that guy right into Alice. Alice will quickly clean that up. And then this guy's 1 HP, and Wickesy and Alice will take that one right off the bat. A little easy elim. Dominating their drop spot. We'll just speed this up, see exactly what goes on. I believe this is the least elims of any, although they still get double-digit elims, which is a heck of a lot. Especially in these Elite Cup finals. Looks like Alice went to go do something. So, Hammer, Prime, seems to be the priority for everyone unless you're getting the Evochrome. I think the Evochrome AR is definitely worth 1 player holding. Just depends though. If you feel confident with the hammer, you can definitely use that. I think there is kind of balance between the two, although at the end of the day, once you get enough damage, there's no balance. The Evochrome is just better. Once you get it to that purple style, it's 100% better. It's just, do you believe that you can get it there consistently? We see the blue version here. So Prime, Evochrome, Prime, Hammer, and a Sniper. So pretty traditional loadout that we've seen this season. Almost exactly what I would have expected. 1 Hammer, 1 Evochrome, and 1 player holding 3 heals, 1 player holding a Snipe. So these guys accidentally have someone rotate into them. Alice is like, all right, let's get the frick out of here. And he hits a headshot snipe, so then they're going to look to close this one out. And we notice that the ability to take the wall, quickly make that big edit, and then just barely show yourself. So that way you're not putting yourself in harm's way during these fights. And this is what you want to avoid. Yes, Wickesy does hit the shot here, but that could have easily gone bad. If that player put out more damage to start that jump in, that is a tough one here for Wickesy. But Alice was right there within a couple of seconds of that happening, so likely not going to be a problem. And they're doing so on edge of zone. You can't necessarily do that in the center of a zone, because players will continue to third party you, but you have that natural mountain protecting you from having to worry about that third party and the edge here. Looks like he's just waiting for those guys to overpeak. I guess they've seen them because they keep jumping and looking. And they finally build them off. So Wickesy gonna go get some chests and stuff. All the goodies. Ooh. It's the first time we're seeing any exotics be brought in here. I don't know if this is a plan or more just I couldn't help myself. I have two pistols, might as well. These guys have a ton of extra builds, just building themselves up. This is crazy. Yeah, I would not do this as a solo. Winds up baiting that headshot snipe. Let's see if they go finish that. Looks like Wickesy's gonna get in closer, but I would assume Alice called that one off and they're just gonna let that go. I mean, those players can easily just go back down the hill and not have a problem. Break line of sight. Alright, so the rotates must come through. This game died out fairly early, but now has slowed down. We've only seen a few players go down in the last zone. So, although pretty aggressive off the bat, definitely slowing down here. He's getting very, very short-sighted. That's not it. Too focused on one thing when it comes to looking for these snipes. Because there very easily could have been players over here that were just watching him. Yeah, he was moving around a little bit, but good players are going to be able to hit that. We'll max out the HP, and once again, they're playing edge here. This is something you would probably get punished for if players are watching. Now zone pulls, they got to go south to the island. Let those guys go first. You snipe one of the teams looking at you, and then you just follow along. This guy's going backwards. That is not to play. That dude just went backwards into a team rotating right into them. I mean, I guess you didn't really have a choice right there, but GG's only, bro. Now they hear a team nearby. The solo gets cleaned up. And I don't know, like, what is Wickesy going for here? I just do a 58 headshot right there. So you can 4-shot somebody with that pistol? That is ridiculous. I guess you could 4-shot somebody with a regular pistol if you do all headshots. Now they have a fully built tarp. Looks like while Wickesy was doing that, Alice built the tarp. They're still not even in zone yet. And so this is a really smart play, and we've seen this with ARs. Now it's even more dangerous with snipers. You let Wickesy go ahead. Alice sits back. Waits for the player to try and take a shot, and then you punish them with a snipe. These guys still need to move in a little bit. And that's exactly what you need to do. In order to stop that from happening, just hit those snipes and you're chilling. Now these two are on edge. They know there's a team behind them. Actually, do they know there's that team behind them? No, because they would have definitely been paying more attention to it. Now Alice realizes this. And this is when you just let this team get sprayed. Yep. They're getting full focused. You can help out sometimes. Not always going to be the play, but they continue to do it. Like, this is just how you get one team removed from the lobby. And what you can do is, while that's happening, use that focus to make a rotate or just become a part of it. That's another, like, I get that they spent a decent bit of mats, but I feel like making a rotate there might have been better. And they're using the extra mats pretty well again, so they're using it to safely get up this hill, then be able to see this next rotate. So I guess that's a pretty nice play. So instead of just having to run out in the open or be down a decent bit of mats, and this is the solo now that they've already taken down the teammate. Wickesy gonna follow the path someone put in front of him. Very good. Nope, not looking to play height. At least not yet. They're on ulti low here. This could be bad news for them. Pressure from the side, pressure from up top, but quickly gonna be able to rebuild. And splashes are so key. Like, they're by far the best heal in the game. Because you can move, you can help your teammate. You can both get healed. And that's what we see. They're just going to use some minis, use some splashes, quickly get back up. And that was a smart play to go down low. So the team above them would have had to give up their position in their box in order to go play this. So, you know, quickly getting out of that area where they're going to continue to get focused. Smart play by them. Costs them a little more mats, but it's going to get them out of that situation for the time being. We do see they are looking up. They're going to wind up pulling. First moving zone here. That's a big one for these guys. And that's Zagu. He's actually another qualifier for the Invitational. Yeah, rock on. Nah, I'm just kidding. Poor guy was rocking out, got headshot sniped. That's just a new little bug that goes on. I think it's when you're chili chug splashed, if I'm looking at this correctly. So Alice cheap tarping with some wood. Wixie's right with him. Then starting to go up. So they get front side here. This is a really nice play. So they know that there was nothing over here, right? Because if we look at zone, they were on the front side. Zone pulled into open space. They quickly tarped to the front side and then shot straight up and went to go get the high ground. Pretty solid play. I like that. And now those teams that were fighting on the backside don't really have a hope. Because not only they have to continue to move because they're getting pressured from the team fighting them, and they're also getting pushed forward by zone, which is then forcing them into Alice and Wickesy. Oh, if we only hit that. There's the clip. There's the clip. But well done going for the preemptive piece control, knowing he's going to try and drop down with his opponent getting pressured by his teammate from up above. More chugs coming through, healing up. They have way too many heals. Now this is where I don't think the pistol is going to be helpful. There's only 16 bullets in the clip. It's not going to deal a ton of damage to builds, so you can't really use it for that. But I guess you can hit 50 dinks to people's heads. Now Alice going to get on somebody's wall. And they can keep diving into Storm because of how many freaking chug splashes they have. They get chopped out. Definitely needed to connect sooner there. Or be spread out. when you're trying to play the high ground. So far, we've only watched height teams, height games. Maybe we'll have to go watch some like second and third places to see some other positions. But it makes sense that all the top teams from different regions know how to play height and dominate the position, because that's what's going to do well for you. Now, like we mentioned last game, we're going to go up elevation. So these guys have to recognize that. They start going up a little bit, and then other teams are going to start closing that gap in space between the two. Alice knows this is going to be one of the teams that is a little healthier, a little better looking. And just putting pressure on them. That essentially ruins those guys' games. Having to spend, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 mats. Now they're down to wood after they were using metal and brick. It's over. Now we see starting a piece. These two are actually doing it together. And this is closing that space. So I've talked about it in other VOD review videos. Let me show you guys what I mean. So right now the lobby is, let's stay in zone. So it's like 4 layers high, right? We got 1, 2, 3, and then you got 4 and a 5th down below. So what your job is as height team is just push down, push down, push down. So that way the lobby becomes less and less layers, and all you're doing is forcing this player to fight that player down below, this player to fight that player down below. And then it just makes it so much easier for you to try and close this game out, because you're either picking up the last shots while you're putting pressure down on these teams, or they're just going down to one another because they're being forced down. Occasionally players will understand that they have to go up and make a play, but you don't always have the mats, the HP. Like sometimes you're just kind of shambles in zone there and can do nothing else besides just go down and try and make a play on the team down below you. You see that player goes down. Then Wickesy's got nothing left. Alice is getting on the wall. That could have been dangerous, getting on somebody's wall when it's a duo. You know they're good enough to make a play. Alice almost catches both players with a cone. Continued pressure, getting the dub. Not bad, not bad. Well played by those two. I would like to see a little more clean play in the mid game, but not bad at all. And we'll have to see what's going on. They're a solid duo. I like the use of the exotic pistol as well.